This is breaking news just into CNN. The Director of National Intelligence has just released a long-awaited report on the 2018 killing of Washington Post columnist and Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. I want to get straight to our team who has been following this story and awaiting this report. Our CNN Chief White House correspondent, Caitlin Collins. Tell us what the top line is here.
I mean, Brianna, this is huge. This was a highly anticipated report. It's now been declassified. It is being released by the Director of National Intelligence. When the White House was talking about this earlier, we knew this was coming. They were waiting for that call between President Biden and the Saudi king to happen first. But this is from an intelligence report from the United States confirming what we had already believed to be true. And it says, we assess that Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman approved an operation in Istanbul, Turkey to capture or kill Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Of course, that was when he was taken into that Saudi consulate in Istanbul, dismembered, and his death was widely covered for so long. And the questions about the culpability, and, you know, there was so much finger pointing at the Crown Prince, who we should note had a really close relationship with Jared Kushner, with former President Trump. That was something that he often spoke to. The Biden administration said they wanted to make that different as the way that they were going to move forward with Saudi Arabia. In the words of the White House press secretary, they wanted to recalibrate that relationship. But this is a damning report to have this on DNI letterhead saying that this is what they believed happened after they went through this report and they investigated this. And we should note, Brianna, the reason they're making this assessment in here is they say, we base this assessment on the Crown Prince's control of decision-making in the kingdom, the direct involvement of a key advisor in what happened to Jamal Khashoggi, his murder, and members of his protective detail in that operation. And also, Brianna, this key line, the Crown Prince's support for using violent measures to silence dissidents abroad, including Khashoggi. It says since 2017, the Crown Prince has had absolute control of the kingdom's security and intelligence organizations, making it highly unlikely that Saudi officials would have carried out an operation of this nature without his authorization.
This is key when they're talking about this link here. If you can stand by for us, Caitlin, I want to bring in our senior national security correspondent, Alex Marquardt. You've been reading this. I should emphasize that we just got this. Yeah. What more can you tell us?
Well, Brianna, what strikes me immediately is how short this is. It's just 3 pages. And this is what the intelligence community has deemed that they can release in unclassified fashion. Let's remember, this report has been sitting out there ready to go. This was something that was ordered by Congress through law that it get released by the Director of National Intelligence publicly. This is a law that was ignored by the Trump administration. And so we have been waiting for this to come knowing that according to the CIA and according to sources, that they had determined with high confidence that, in fact, Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, had ordered this murder. So there had been questions about how much farther this report would go. In actual fact, it's not going all that much farther. It is not offering a ton of detail in terms of how the Crown Prince, MBS, actually transmitted this order to this band of assassins, including some of members of his protective detail and some of his top lieutenants. What is striking, however, now, the most important part, Brianna, is that this is the U.S. intelligence community coming out and saying that the Crown Prince approved of this extrajudicial killing of Jamal Khashoggi. There's no detail in here about how he did that. There's no smoking gun, which was a big question after the murder of Khashoggi. There's no phone call, no message that they refer to as him transmitting this order. But in no uncertain terms, in the very first line of this 3-page report, they say that the Crown Prince, Mohammed bin Salman, approved an operation in Istanbul. As Caitlin was just saying, they say that they can make this determination because of the control that he has in the kingdom, because of the operational control that he has over the security and intelligence apparatus, because of the makeup of this team. They go on in this report to name 21, I've just counted, different individuals who participated in, ordered, or were otherwise complicit in the death of Jamal Khashoggi. This is a very important line in this report, Brianna. The Crown Prince viewed Khashoggi as a threat to the kingdom and broadly supported using violent measures if necessary to silence him. So on the one hand, the report is not offering a lot of evidence in terms of the order from the Crown Prince, but this is the U.S. government saying in explicit terms that the de facto ruler of one of America's closest allies ordered the murder of this journalist, and that has huge implications for the U.S.-Saudi relationship.